Hi everyone, Melissa here. Today I am switching gears back to a fall design. I received these colors that are coming out on Friday the 22nd at, I believe they're at noon from Cascade Colorworks, and they are gorgeous. What they picked out to send me is just so up my alley. So I have Cedar here, which is a really beautiful warm brown color. Then I've got Dahlia, which is a beautiful like nude, but it's more of like a pink tone, almost peach tone nude. This is like my ideal nude color, honestly. And then we have Morganite. Now they have not released any shimmers, like real shimmers yet. So I am so excited for this, that they're gonna start venturing into shimmers, but especially because after actually looking at this color, it is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, there's like pink shimmers in there, and it has so much depth, and it's just so like flaky and just beautiful. And I'm very excited to see what the rest of their shimmers look like too. After I saw these, I was like, this needs like cozy fall vibe design, so I decided to do a sweater nail. Now I had these 3D sweater decal things that I got from Etsy, and I loved the design of them. I lost them, and I was like, well, maybe I can try and just hand paint them, and it's pretty intricate, but I'm excited to try. So this sweater nail, I'm gonna do a little bit of color blocking in it too. We're just gonna make it cool, hopefully. So yeah, let's just get right into dipping the normal colors on the nail. Okay, now I have all of the regular nails down. I'm going to start working on doing the color block portion. That will be the base of the sweater nail. I'm going to start by doing a layer of dip base on the nail because there is peel base on the nail. For one, I don't want to mess up my layer of peel base, but for two, this first layer will dry more quickly than the subsequent layers because that peel base. All right, now that base is dry, I'm gonna just kind of, let's see if this will do it. Yeah. I'm gonna just kind of try and block out with this like white pencil, just kind of the area that I'm going to do the nude color. So I want to make sure that I've centered this. I'm going to do kind of like a semicircle, 3/4 circle kind of shape here. So I want to make sure I start from the same area on both sides of the nails to create this. Okay, I think that's good enough for me to kind of get the idea of where I want to go with this. So I'm just gonna block this out freehand. If you want to cut out a shape with a piece of tape and put that down to be able to have a little bit more control over it, you can do it that way. I just find this a little bit easier than fussing with some tape sometimes. So I'm just gonna try and make sure that you don't have too much liquid on there. I'm just gonna try and go around kind of the shape I created here. And then I just kind of used the tip of my water marbling tool here to kind of clean it up a little bit, clean up the cuticle line and clean up kind of around the edge of where I want it. Well, it's just the first layer. So try and put the second layer down to kind of even it out and maybe straighten out any parts that I don't think are quite symmetrical or right. I'm also using the flat edge of my cuticle pusher here. I'm just kind of like pushing kind of like a flat wall here with the edge. Okay, now that's hardened. I'm just gonna kind of take a file around this just to really flatten that edge out. Get a nice clean break between one color and the other. All right, now I'm just gonna fill in the rest of the space with cedar. All right, now I'm just gonna activate and file all the nails. All right, I actually think this might be one of my like cleanest lines. I like it. I proud of that one. It came out super clean on that color block. Okay, so now I'm going to do a layer of gel base over this nail, because we're going to be drawing these sweater lines on with some gel, and gel base will help make sure that it stays and also give it a nice surface to go over that is not porous. Okay, so I'm going to be using the shimmer Morganite as the pour over for the sweater lines, and I'm going to be using my Gelish Art Form 2D gel in white to draw them on. I've got my little detail brush here. I will link these below. These were really affordable on Amazon, and I mean, they're just perfect. I'm gonna get just the smallest amount on the tip of brush because I want to get some really nice detailed lines here. So nice thin amount. I'm gonna do some just small like lines to mark out the perimeter here of the color block. Okay, I got that little part done, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour Morganite over and then cure that for 30 seconds just to seal it in place. Okay, now I'm gonna plan out the rest of the nail. I wanna split it into thirds. I'm gonna do lines down to split it into thirds. Okay, I am pretty happy with those lines. I'm gonna go ahead and again pour the Morganite over and do a little cure. Okay, now it's time for the center design and the sides. So it's gonna be kind of like a S, no, I don't even know what to call it. Okay, so that's the major shape that just gets repeated over and over. It's like almost like a F with a, like, turn it that way. It's almost like an F with like a loop at the bottom. But space between the three different parts. And then we're going to just repeat it going down. Okay, now that is cured, I'm gonna go ahead and do the sides. I'm gonna try and knock out kind of the same design on the sides, but I feel like it's gonna be a little difficult because there's not a lot of space. I'm not gonna be able to see the whole thing. All right, and there is the finished design. I think I'm just gonna do a gel top coat over this. It does have a little bit of dimension to it, but not a ton. I do want to make sure that I get as much of the extra shimmer off as possible so that it does not turn the top coat shimmery in any way when I put that on. Okay, and the rest of these I'm just going to finish with my regular dip top coat. And there we are, all done. I love this sweater nail. I think it's really cool. I like how it turned out. It definitely was time-consuming design, but well, every once in a while I like to do those because it's challenging. But there you go. Definitely check out these colors coming out on Friday the 22nd at noon, I think, Pacific time, at Cascade Colorworks. I will put their link below. As always, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.